Yes, I know it's Monday. Yes, I know Free Comic Book Day was on Saturday. Yes, I'm behind as always. But if you want to see what I got, stick around. Welcome back, family. Thank you so much for joining yet again. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Don't forget to leave a comment, too. Tell me about stuff that you want to see on the channel. So yes, it's Monday, and it was a really, really crazy weekend. I went to a show on Sunday. You'll see a comic convention, actually. You'll see the video for that tomorrow, which I've already recorded earlier today. So I'm doing the time warp again. No, I'm not going to dance around. Sorry. But I wanted to talk about the stuff that I did get, including some packages that came in and something that got confiscated from me. I'll explain that one, but it's actually really, really funny. So thankfully, and the reason I'm not wearing my Syndicate shirt is I wore it all day yesterday at the comic convention and while on the side of the road waiting for the tow truck. And yeah, like I said, fun weekend. And it's in the laundry right now. But Syndicate Comics, just imagine. Okay, John? So he picked me out a few books before I even got there. His real regular customers, he didn't pull one of everything, but we had actually, I told him which ones I was interested in. And thankfully, he knew that I should also want another one based on my polls and everything. He pulled me out and kept me one copy of the Vampirella. Thank you. But I did ask for one copy of the Stray Dogs and one copy of the Into the House of Slaughter. Again, just one. I'm not trying to be greedy. And there were still other books out there by the time I got there. So I picked up one copy of the Batman because I just felt like, it's Batman. You can't go wrong with it. And since I brought the missus with me, she went over to the table and was able to pick up some books for herself. And I don't know why she got this, but The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Comics. It's on Free Comic Book Day, and it's telling you how to collect comics. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe I want her to read this. I'll put it underneath her pillow, and she'll learn it through osmosis in her sleep. But then she picked up Smurf's Tale and Archie. You can see the difference here. She did pick up one copy of The Batman, special edition. And then the very last copy still on the table, she picked up of Into the House of Slaughter. I'm like, thank you. And she's like, thank you for what? It's mine. I'm like, okay, well, congratulations. I'll press it for her. And she might want it graded, slabbed, whichever. I'll give her the option. And if she wants it, I'll get it slabbed. And I'll probably get them both slabbed. Whichever one comes out the better grade, I'll give to her. Yes, her collection is growing. And then I did go to the show on Sunday, Comic Convention, Atlanta Comic Convention, not to be mistaken for the Atlanta Comic Con, which is once a year. The Atlanta Comic Convention is 4 times a year, once every 3 months. It's $5 admission and free parking. And it might not be as big, but you get some really good deals there, as you'll see in the video that'll appear tomorrow. And they still had a table out with some of the books left. Of course, all the Slaughter ones were gone. But I picked up a copy of the Spider-Man Venom, the Avengers, one more, because I wasn't even paying attention when I was doing, of the Batman, and then one copy of King Shark, Suicide Squad. They're probably, these are books that are not going to go anywhere, but free comic book is a free comic book. You're not going to say no to it. But, so that's what I got as far as Free Comic Book Day, but we did get some other things along the way. When we were at, Syndicate Comics. Syndicate Comics is located in the Marietta Antique Mall on Canton Road. So I've said this before. If you are with your girlfriend or your wife or your significant other, your mom, and it's an entire antique mall, and one of the booths is a comic booth. They also have a baseball card booth, coins, toys, so collectible toys. So it's a good place to go and bring your wife and say, go have fun while I go through some comic books. Or, maybe you both go through some comic books, whichever. It gives you options. And my wife actually saw this. I'm going to go before I open this and ask her for permission first. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, she gave me permission. I already opened it up. It is... How many people recognize this? Probably people that are older. It's the key for One-Eyed Willie's treasure in Goonies. She's a big Goonies and 80s movie and fan and stuff like that. So saw this in the showcase and I said, "Do you want that?" She's like, yeah, my eyes all light up when I see an AF-15. She lights up when she sees something much, much cheaper. She gets what she wants, and I probably will not get what I want. I don't want her to go and spend $50,000. So while we were walking around there, I had a toy booth there. She also saw the Masters of the Universe collection. There we go. So she's actually a big, not so much He-Man. She's always thought that Skeletor was really, really cool. She's also a Killer Clowns type of person. So she actually picked up some books from the store. She bought books from the store. I didn't buy any books. That was funny. We actually spent a good amount of money in the store and on other things. I did not spend one penny on myself. It just didn't click anything that day. So the War of the Bounty Hunters, Scoundrel's Ball, Boba there. So that had to go for her. And then she picked up 2 copies of Masters of the Universe Revelation, #2. Yeah, that cover. But she actually absolutely loved this cover here. And I got to agree. I do. I love that too. It's great artwork. She froze in her tracks when she saw this up on the wall. And she said it's #2. We looked and they were out of the back issues. So I went online and was able to get #1 and pre-ordered 3, 4, 5 to finish out. Because I think it's a 5-part series. And I got the variant for #1 as well, which is a really, really good looking book. So she's very happy about that. And those are going into her collection. So when we got home, I had gotten in a couple of packages. One was, that one there. And one was for a auction that I had picked out some books on of Whatnot. It's an auction site, WATNOT. They have Funko comics. I believe they have coins. They have toys. I don't remember seeing baseball cards, but I think they have like Magic of the Gathering cards, and they run live auctions. And I picked up some books, and I'm actually pretty satisfied because I got them for low prices. I just wanted to get them because they're cool, kind of cool. So I picked up X-Men #69. Anything X-Men is going to be something you want to get your hands onto. What else in here? Finally got myself, I haven't had this since I was a kid, Machine Man #1. I got Captain America and Falcon #197. I think this was just, like a couple of bucks. I know that it's nothing fantastic. It's just basically going to be a filler book when I go to make the run. Giant Size Fantastic Four #3. Square-bound book. Again, it's an okay copy, like maybe a 4.5. And this one, I have to see what it looks like after I can clean it up a little bit. But I've always been a big fan of Medusa, and there's Marvel Superheroes #15. I still got to get that copy of Amazing Spider-Man with Medusa on the cover. I've always liked that one, that white cover, which is really, really tough to get in top grade. Why does it seem like all white covers and all black covers are tough to get in high grade? One of the other ones I got was a book from Mercari, which call it a 9.2 to a 9.4, but it's War Machine 280, Iron Man, yeah, War Machine. Iron Man #282, War Machine. Now, I do have CGC slabbed the first appearance of James Rhodes, so I'm happy with that. I'm able to get that book and the first appearance of Rhodey, trying to get ready for Armor Wars. I think that those are books that you really want to get your hands on. The 282 is really getting out of hand, but you can find the first appearance of James Rhodes for a relatively decent price because it's not something that people focus on. Let me see if I can find my book real quick. Yep, I found it. It's Iron Man #118. And I did get it in a 9.2 white page. So, yeah, just the way this, you can tell that this was the way it was trimmed up here. And that's just the way that they made the book. So I would say it's a 9.2 that doesn't present as well as some of the others. But this is also when they were starting to hit LCSs, and comic market was starting to take off, and their printing and trimming started to suffer in quality. But so yeah, this was a $1.25 issue, and this was a 35-cent issue. So you get an idea. Back in 1979 is when James Rhodes first came into being. I think that that's a better book than trying to figure out, because actually this isn't even the first appearance of the War Machine armor. This was, I think, the first time that he got into the armor. So it's like, okay, first appearance of Tony Stark, then first appearance of the armor, then the first appearance of when Tony Stark actually gets into the armor. You know, imagine if it was in that regards. So other than that, though, there's only one other thing that came in. Now, this was something that I wanted to pick up, because as soon as I heard the information, I figured this is something that's going to appreciate in value. And especially with what's going to be going on in, as I say, December, it's a good chance that I could try to flip this, because I personally don't have a vested interest in it like I do with comic books. But since I do have other, you know, collectibles and stuff like that, I just, for those of you not aware, Disney has gotten rid of the name of Boba Fett's ship. It is no longer to be referred to as Slave One, which it's been referred to since 1980. It is now just known as Boba Fett's Starship. Okay, so every word in the dictionary is going to be struck because we're afraid of offending everybody. It's been around for over 40 years, the name of this ship, but all of a sudden now it's offensive. So people, they did this very, very quietly. Okay, if you go to the store and you look at the Lego sets, they don't say Slave One anymore. Now they say Boba Fett Starship. They didn't make any announcement on this. It just happened. And they pulled all the other ones off the shelf, and they're discontinued. You're not going to find them again in the store unless you're very, very lucky. So I was able to quickly, before everything in the world dried up, get, careful, the 20-year anniversary 1007 piece, coming over here, Slave One 20th Anniversary Edition. Yeah, I mean, even when these are in the store, they're, you know, Walmart has that size for $160. So I didn't have to pay that much more for that, and it's sealed, factory sealed. And as soon as it came in, the wife went, "Ew, thank you." I said that I had gotten that, and her eyes lit up, and she, I'm like, "Let me guess, you're going to keep that." She's like, "Uh-huh." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not going to flip that." And I think it's gotten a little bit too popular news now, so it's getting a little bit too hard to find those. But if you can get them, anything, I would say under $200 to pick up one of those sets, or anything. I mean, you could look for the small die-cast toys, anything that is prior to, say, 2020. Anything that's actually labeled as Slave One, get it in the packaging, keep it in a package. And I think that that's really going to be worth something, especially when December, the Book of Boba Fett rolls around. And you have all the classic people that are, you know, reminded, hey, I want to get stuff. So, other than that, though, thank you so much for joining me yet again. I want to try to get this a little bit shorter, but let's do our little rant here, because we're getting so close to 500. I'm going to be giving away Venom Annual number 1, Kate Stegman, signed, 9.8 white pages. And I want to make sure that you understand, all you have to do is just go to the 500 subscriber video, which you see the link for right now, and, you know, make sure you're a subscriber, click like, leave a comment, keep it clean, have it, you know, non-controversial, no swearing, no politics, keep it comics, okay? Hit 500, I pull out a name, you win it. That's simple. That's all it is. All you got to do is just type in, "Hi there." Bonus points to people actually type in, "Hi there," because I know you watch this. Is that rant enough? I hope so, because otherwise, I'm out.